So today, I'm going to talk about Allen Iverson, and I'm going to start with a quote. So during an interview, when an interviewer asked him about why and how he trains, he said a quote that lives in many people's heart, including mine, that he don't train better to be other people, he don't train to be better than other people, but instead, he trained to be better than himself yesterday. So this quote basically tells well, we shouldn't compare ourselves to others, we shouldn't be like, oh, she's so great, he's so great, I can never be like them, but instead, we should be like, I made a shot today, I didn't make one yesterday, I'm better than before, hooray. So now I'm actually going to talk about who is Allen Iverson. So he's an African-American basketball player, looks pretty handsome, averaged 26.7 points, have an MVP, and 2 scoring titles. So I think from all the stats that I told you guys about, I think everybody can now know he's a great basketball player. And nobody ever doubted that, but the reason why I picked him as my idol is not only because of basketball player, it's something about him as a person, as a figure. So first things first, let's start his story. So he was born in Virginia, from the hood, you know what I'm saying? And his mother was really young when she had him. In fact, let's play a little game. The game is called Guess How Old Is His Mother? Anyone want to guess?
20.
Come on.
16.
14.
17.
15. Well, we're not pretty close. And as you guys know, pretty young. 15 is like my age. If I have a kid right now, I would certainly feel slightly uncomfortable. And so I think you guys know his family's not rich. His mother is 15. His dad left him. So, well, he's not really in the best living condition. He's from the hood, have thugs, drugs, criminal everywhere. All of his family members got arrested. He got arrested, which I'm going to talk about later. So, in middle school and high school, right, he's athletic. Very, very athletic. He won the high school basketball player of the year and American football player of the year. So he is good at both sports. And years later, he also said that his American football skills helped him with his footwork and his toughness. So just when everything's like, oh my God, it's going so great, he's gonna be a great player, which he did, but he got arrested. So in the 1990s, in a bowling alley, reportedly, he hit a white woman in the head with a chair because the woman said the N-word. Nigeria. And, but he himself said that he didn't do that. He said that as soon as there's a fight, he just run away and don't know what happened next. But well, he got into prison for 4 months, which is actually not that long. Before he was planning to stay there for 5 years, but because he's so famous and the fact that there's not enough evidence, well, he left prison and went to Georgetown to play basketball. And after Georgetown, he went to the NBA and he got first pick. So now, this part of the story, his story before the NBA, I feel like the one word I would describe it is, it's pretty inspirational, don't you guys think? He don't have a lot, he's not rich, he don't have lots of playing time, and yet, well, he still did the best he can and become great. Even when he got to prison, he didn't complain, he didn't whine, he didn't be like, oh my God, I'm never gonna do anything and God hates me. No, he came back, played like he never left. And I feel like that's something that we can, well, all learn. So now the second part of the story, his story after the NBA. So when he's playing the NBA, nobody ever doubted him as a very good and even great basketball player. But people still hate him because of 2 reasons. First things first is his play style. So he plays really flashy, very street play style. And part of the reason is because, as you know, he's not rich. He don't have private gyms, private basketball tutor that help him to play fundamentally. He go in the street, play against 50-year-olds doing hook shots, and that's how he learns. And that's why he play how people play in the streets. And the second part is how he wear his clothes. So, Allen Iverson have a swag around him, wear oversized clothes, oversized pants, and earrings, tattoos, which is, pretty young blood, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of older fans, they don't like that. They think that it don't help with what the NBA traditionally is, and the NBA even changed the rules. They have a clothing rule that said that they can't wear like arm sleeve. It can't have that much tattoo anymore. And although people hate on him for so long, he still continues the way he is. He still wears his stuff. He doesn't care. If he gets suspended from a game, he got suspended. If like they punish him, so he had to give them money, he gave them money. And I feel like that's the reason why he did the things he did is because of his mindset. Allen Iverson have a mindset where he's really confident in what he's doing, and he know that what he did is right, and he know what he did is good for the team. He know what he did will get him to be a better basketball player, will get him to be a better figure. So he did what he did. He don't listen to what other people have to say, what other people have to think about him, which nowadays I think is a pretty important skill. Because nowadays, filled with so many things, so many insecurities, we're suddenly like, oh no, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. But my man Allen Iverson, he just doesn't care. He do what he wants to do. So now I'm going to talk about like what I'm gonna do when I met him. So first things first, obviously I'm gonna ask him to teach me about basketball. He's a true professional, and I think that we can all learn from his skill. And the second thing is probably like ask him to give me some money. He's pretty rich, like he's a multi-million-dollar, so I'll ask him to give me some bucks. And in the end, although I feel like most of you probably still don't know who he is and what he does, but I hope that you guys have learned something about him, and if you're interested about him, you can search him up on the internet or something. And that's about it. Thank you.